everyone. To the PDA President, a very humble and intelligent man, Dr. Jose Angelo Militante, together with the distinguished guests from PDA, let me name a few. The immediate past president, my leader, Dr. Alvin Laksamana. The ever so approachable and lovable, the protocol officer, Dr. Ray Aganas. The very talented, very supportive, very organized, kailangan may very talaga per adjective. My former professor, now colleague and a friend, Dr. Marius Charles Esquilio. We also have here with us the President-elect of PDA, Dr. Cheryl Del Rosario, who have been of great help and assistance when we were starting with this term. And also the Executive Vice President and the Chairman of Anti-Illegal Practice Campaign, Dr. Ronnie Nunez. To my batchmates in Presidency, Batch Hinirang, especially to the NCR South, as well as to the new batch, ang Sinagtala, who are present in support to us tonight. To my dear colleagues, the Council of Past Presidents, and the dear members of Las Pinas Dental Chapter, to the set of officers and the new members to be inducted today, and of course, to my ever-loving and supportive family, friends, and churchmates who may be tuning in now via our Facebook Live, magandang maulang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Wow! It's been a year. It was also last Monday of June when we had our 31st induction ceremonies. Time do really pass fast. And it's both a challenging and a comforting fact, having that limited time. That yes, comforting siya in a sense that whatever you are going through and facing right now will have its end, its pause. Malalampasan at malalampasan din ano pa man yan dahil sa ang panahon lumilipas. And it's also a challenge because there's somewhat a pressure na by that limited time given to you, how did you make the most out of it? What have you done? What could you have done? Have you stewarded it properly during that time na ipinagkatiwala sa'yo? Sa terminong yon, the responsibility entailed to your position? Those thoughts clouded my mind as I reached phase of transition. And I am nothing but grateful. Let me sum this whole year of experience into 3 points. Hindi na po ako lalayo, magsistick po tayo sa acronym na SUM, SUM. Letter S. I had a struggling start. Kahit today, na-disconnect ako. Hanggang, it's a struggle. Di naman kaila sa atin how unique this term is. Na syempre, it's normal to have a sense of feeling lost, of feeling blank, of feeling restricted as to what to do, what is allowed, what is feasible. Not just for myself, but also for my family and my set of officers and my constituents. Maramdam mo pa yung period of adjustment and more of going back to scratch as to planning, to come up with ideas, to come up with projects without compromising the objectives. And of course, we also have our personal lives, our private practices to adapt sa new normal, as well as the mode of teaching and learning sa mga schools, malaking adjustment din po yun. At sa simula po talaga, we cannot deny the fact na meron pa din talagang fear, na there's that risk. Reality is, it has not been easy at all. But that struggling start makes you appreciate more yung next point, yung letter U, which stands for unending grace. For every productive monthly board meetings where the officers are generous with their time and they do take part in the decision making. For this online platform and the use of technology, which is very necessary to get you through in this time of limited physical contact, na ito yung nagiging avenue natin to communicate with each other, to reach to the communities in the matter of oral health education, and to our colleagues in the delivery of continuing dental education. For this term po, we had 3 chapter-initiated webinars. A GSK-sponsored cluster vidcast kasama ang ating mga karatig chapter, and the Dolphinal-sponsored webinar for the region of NCR South. I thank everyone who took time to support us with their presence and participation during these webinars. I would also like to mention the University of Perpetual Health System Delta College of Dentistry Las Pinas campus with Dr. Eric Alforja as the Dean for allowing our students to attend our webinars as part of their enrichment seminars for this school year. And of course, I would have to mention the invaluable work in the preparation and coordination of our CDE committee, chaired by none other than Dr. Soraya Ann Albazar, with her very supportive and techie-savvy husband, Sir Mon. Maraming salamat po. As for the community outreach, I thank the City Health Office headed by the City Health Officer, Dr. Ferdy Eusebio, and the Head of Government Dentists, Dr. Marites Garcia, for their advices and inputs that made it possible for us to visit selected health centers for a brief encounter for less physical interaction as we give out educational materials and awareness campaign on anti-illegal practice of dentistry and the World Oral Health Day with the theme, Be Proud of Your Mouth, to pregnant women. Malaking factor at tulong po na part ng ating board of directors, our in-house government dentist, Dr. Nessie Saupo, with her co-chair, Dr. Agnes Udan, na even in our assistance for the COVID-19 vaccination as dental frontliners, sila din po mismo yung nag-reach out sa atin that we become a part of the priority list in the vaccine rollout through LGUs. And that is ongoing up until now, na meron po tayong daily supply of updates from Doc Nessie as for the vaccination schedule. So thank you, Doc. As for the children naman po, as they are a part of the vulnerable population, we have also opted to utilize Zoom to have 3 consecutive sessions wherein we have come up with a learning module with a set of activities where kids can both enjoy and learn. Maging kaming mga teachers, we did enjoy that project for the love of teaching and for the love of kids. And on that regard, I would like to mention the help of my fellow academicians in the chapter, Dr. Jinky Tan, Dr. Carlo Picardal, Dr. Kel de Guzman, and my co-faculty in Perpetual, Dr. Raquel Bautista. I couldn't have done it alone, so thank you. And for my officers and members who helped inviting and gathering virtually these wonderful kids. I even took time to visit them personally, of course observing proper protocols, to show my gratitude. Tsaka talagang nakakatuwa po sila. And before this term ends, we have been given the opportunity then to give a lecture on oral health as requested by the Pediatric Department of Las Pinas Doctors Hospital for the core families of CAA under their care. So I thank my good friend, Dr. Dianica May Carpio, for the recommendation and the trust. Love you, Moms. This year, Medyo babaan ko po yung energy ko onte. This year, hindi lang po pandemic ang kinaharap natin. In the month of October, 2 matinding bagyo ang sumalanta sa ating mga kababayan. Sa Marikina, Rizal, Bicol Region. And with the coordination of one of our appointed officers, Dr. Emerson Macalinga, and the organization of BRO's Batangas Rescue Operations, we are able to take part in helping as we give out hygiene kits made possible by your donations po. Rest assured na properly liquidated po yun. At na-steward po nating mabuti at ang naipaabot nating tulong. And during the season of giving, we continue to express the spirit of generosity to our community in Barangay Sibol. And we also take part sa mga projects po ng PDA, whose Community Outreach Committee is headed by our past President, Dr. Hernan Dizon. Nakapagbigay po tayo ng grocery packs para sa mga tricycle drivers, jeepney drivers, pedicab drivers sa isang barangay sa Las Pinas, at maging sa annual na gift giving sa LC Gatches headed by our past president also, Dr. Shirley Hortal, with the great assistance of Dr. Lala Almazar. Hindi din naman po tayo nagpahuli during the National Dental Health Month. Nag-participate din po tayo sa National Toothbrushing Day, wherein transform po natin yung trunk ng car into a booth to spread awareness in taking good care of the oral health ng mga na-reach natin in the community in Barangay Daniel Fajardo, na very near sa historical landmark lang na Las Pinas, ang Bamboo Organ Church. And I would like to take this time to congratulate and commend the PDA, Philippine Dental Association, and the committees of NDHM for their creative projects na nag-push sa aming mga hinirang presidents and chapters to gear through kahit na panahon ng pandemya. Last po. Okay, last po, S-U, what's the next? Letter M, okay, some. Last po, letter M, a mighty finish. Wow. I wouldn't want to dwell on the term sayang. Wala naman pong sayang if we see everything in the perspective of learning and growth. I would want to believe that we have done just enough. It's not perfect, definitely not. It's not even grand. But I personally see it as mighty that we are able to finish with a clean slate and a foundation of a new normal for the term to come. And besides, there's no point in ending with regrets. It will just unnecessarily consume you. And as one term finishes, it's also a feat to have our first online elections chaired by our late and beloved past President Dr. Ernie Medina, na talaga nga naman, in his age, he has been patient and willing to adapt sa Zoom, Pollmaker, Google Forms, together with his Vice Chair, Dr. Luz Villanueva, and First Member, Dr. Edgar Magallanes, na yung success ng elections na yun ang nagresulta na we are now having this event, the 32nd induction ceremonies, to formally present and induct the elected officers who will continue on the fire of LPDC. At sa biyaya ng Panginoon, kahit na hindi po tayo ganun kayaman sa kaban, nakapagpundar po tayo ng isa sa mga masasabing necessity para sa chapter. We have purchased a laptop. Next time na lang po yung Wi-Fi na magagamit ng ating sinagtala President at Secretary at sa mga susunod pang termino in order to keep up with the demands of technology sa panahon ngayon. Actually po, nagagamit po natin siya ngayon. Lastly, sa ilang buwan na ang monthly board meetings namin via Zoom, we had our appreciation and awarding day to a limited few since may protocols pa din po tayong need sundin. I haven't had a chance to really express my gratitude with words back then. Iniisip ko po noon, ibubuhos ko na lang ngayon sa valedictory address na to. At di ko man po ma-mention lahat, isa-isa, Please know na in one way or another, you have taken part in the success of this term. Thank you po. Thank you po. Even to our members who have personally sent me messages of appreciation and congratulations. Sobrang na-appreciate ko din po kayo. To our past presidents, know that I look up to you. Indeed, you are the pillars of LPDC, and I hope that as we go along with the program tonight, you'll get to be properly acknowledged. Your support and your prayers, wala pong kapantay. And to my batchmates sa Hinirang, nakaagapay, katanungan, kakolab sa TikTok, panlaban sa stress, happy-happy lang. I am still looking forward to bond with you in person po kapag better na yung situation. Naging inspiration ang dedication, passion, and compassion ng bawat presidente na talaga nga namang hinirang. At syempre naman po, we can account it with the endless encouragement at mula sa pusong serbisyo of our PDA Hinirang President, Dr. Alvin Laksamana. Doc, congratulations po. Sa dami ng pagsubok na dumaan, yes, you may have been down at times, but you continue to stand up. You continue inspiring and performing your role. Please know na sa puso naming mga presidente under your leadership, Doc, job well done. SUM. I had a struggling start, but along the way, I get to experience an unending grace for me to be able to reach this point of a mighty finish. It's all by God's grace lang po talaga, and it's ultimately for His greater glory. I have nothing to boast. Sobrang hindi po ako sapat, sobrang hindi po ako malakas. I am inadequate. But the Lord has made me realize that that's when He works. And most glorified when we get to the end of ourselves and let alone His grace through us, that He'll show Himself as adequate to keep us going. So now, as we venture toward what's next for us, as we move forward, fast forward, onward to the pursuit of our goals and the wonderful destiny that the Lord has for us individually and as a chapter. Let us be enlightened with our theme for this year, to embrace optimism under our new leadership. And I am one with them in this endeavor of leadership and service. Again, maraming salamat po at magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.